Hi. Sorry. Today, I'm making a video about hairstyles because I want to. And this is just gonna be like another resto. I can't say the word. You know what I'm talking about. This is not about to be like, not a deep dive into his career and like his retrospective. I said that wrong. This is gonna be like a fun video of me making a video about hairstyles and talking about hairstyles because I want to talk about hairstyles. Leave me alone. Don't judge me. Okay. Yes, I did make a script for this video. As you can see, I made a nice long script for this video. Yes, I made a script. Says I'm professional. Okay, we're just gonna put it. Okay. Okay. Talking about your stars. Okay. Harry Edward Styles was born on February 1st, 1994. At the time of recording this video, he is 30 years old, which is crazy. Like, what do you mean he's 30? What do you mean he's about to be 31? He has 3 siblings, and you might know his older sister, Gemma, Gemma. Don't call me a fake fan because I cannot pronounce her name or his mother's. His mother, whose name is A-N-N-E, Anne, or like Anna or Anna or whatever. I've never been able to pronounce these 2 women's names, and they're like the 2 most important women in his life, and also the one that like almost all his fans know, and I cannot pronounce her name for the life of me. Yes. That's my thing. I don't know his zodiac sign. He's a Gemini, right? I think he's a Gemini. Do not quote me on that. I think he's a Gemini. You have to do the research. You have to Google it. Anyways, obviously he was in One Direction. Yes. A famous British/Irish boy band from 2011 to 2015. And this is kind of just like a note. In One Direction, Harry was like the most popular member. He was the one that everybody talked about. His love interest, like the mainstream media thing. He was the main love interest in the fan fictions, and everything. I mean, yeah, his relationships got the media covered and everything. He was like the guy. Like, it was weird because they never had a leader, but like if they had a leader, if they had a leader by popularity, it would be Harry. If they had an actual leader, it would be Louis or Liam. But, that's just my opinion. Yeah. So, a little fun fact, I have 2 of these in here. While in One Direction, he dated Taylor Swift, and she wrote 1989 about him. And is that an important fact? No. I wanted to add it because I like 1989, and I like hairstyles. So I think I should be able to add my fact if I want to. Anyways, so, after One Direction ended in 2015, he released his critically acclaimed #1, I think, single, Sign of the Times, You Know It. For a few years, it was his most popular song, and in May of 2017, he released his debut album called Hairstyles, which has a lot of, like, it's a very mixed bag. You should listen to it. My standouts are obviously Kiwi, Sign of the Times, Only Angel, hello, Carolina, yes, and Meet Me in the Hallway, yes. He was making bangers. He also has a song on there called Two Ghosts, which is rumored to be about Taylor. Do I like the song? Have I ever listened to the song? No. Do I know the song? Do you play the beginning of the song? Can I go to Ghost? Yes, I can. Same as Blue, same as Red, guys. Yeah. Another random fun fact, he is a Gucci boy. Like, he is a Gucci boy down. His first, like, that I know of was in 2015 that he wore Gucci, as the earliest that I know of, which was a suit. I think he became, like, an official, like, ambassador in 2018. Again, do not quote me on this. And he wore Gucci to the Met Gala, and, which is a spoiler, but doesn't matter. He went to the Met Gala. A spoiler, it happened in 2019, if you didn't know that. Hello? But he wore Gucci to the Met Gala. He's wearing it to almost all his premieres. I think he's definitely worn it on stage multiple times. He's wearing it to the Venice Film Festival. So yeah, he's a Gucci guy. Like, he had a collection with them. And yeah, hit this iconic photo shoot. Hey, oh my god. Yeah. In 2019, he made his first Met Gala appearance. His first and last one. Harry, where have you been? And he was a co-host with Lady Gaga and another person. And he wore like black sheer top, which was Gucci, and he looks so good. I'm not gonna lie, he looked good. I mean, one thing about him was one thing about Harry, and like this is just a random tangent. He needs to do fashion. Get in there and work. Do fashion now. Nobody cares about singing. Go do BFF. Go work. Go model. We're in the Fine Line era, 2019. October 11th, he released Lights Up as a lead single to his sophomore album, which is Fine Line, released December 13th, 2019. I have the full singles list. So we have Lights Up, we have Adore You, we have Fallen, we have Watermelon Sugar, we have Golden, and we have Treat People with Kindness. Yeah, all released throughout 2019 into 2021. I don't know if Treat People with Kindness was released in 2021. It says January 9th of 2021, which I actually think might be true. And it has an iconic music video, Treat People with Kindness, where Harry is dancing. Oh my god. He was eating a girl's up, I'm not gonna lie. He the fact that he has two, well, yeah, which will come back later, him dancing, which I like that. He's expanding his talent. Anyways, so girl, Fine Line would win him his first Grammy. For Watermelon Sugar, which I think was like best like pop record, best pop vocal, I don't remember, but it was like his first Grammy. And Watermelon Sugar and Adore You, but mainly Watermelon Sugar would also take Sign of the Times as his most popular song. But yeah, before 2022, if you ask anybody the name of Harry Styles' song, it would be like Adore You, Watermelon Sugar, or Sign of the Times. So yeah, he would make his acting debut. Actually, no, he wouldn't make his acting debut. He was in an episode of iCarly, and then he was in Dunkirk. And oh my god, why did I forget about Dunkirk? In 2016, 2017 era, he was in a Christopher Nolan film about war in the war, whatever world war. I don't remember which one. I didn't watch Dunkirk. I don't like war movies. He was in that movie. That was his like real acting debut. But it was like a small role, and his character name was Alex, and it was like a small role. It wasn't a big role, and it wasn't anything crazy. I don't think he was in every single scene. Like, he had like one major speech, and then like whatever. I don't know. I feel like I don't count that because yeah, Dunkirk was like his actual acting debut. But as a main character, his main character lead acting debut as a lead was in 2022. He was booked and busy, okay? He was acting. He starred famously in Don't Worry Darling as Jack. And if you don't know the Don't Worry Darling drama, it's not on here. Like, I did not add that on to my script, or this is not going to be the topic, because I do not want to talk about that. But there's a lot of drama going on with the filming of the movie. He was dating the director, Olivia Rodrigo, at the time, and anytime a director dates an actor that they're working with, things get messy. And I know some people hate like the drama that happened because people are like, I don't believe that it actually happened, but I believe some of it because, again, when directors date their people who work for them, it can get really messy. And I'm sorry, I was blanket on me. It can get like really messy and everything, and it can get like really complicated, and it got messy and complicated. The second role, like the second lead, was Florence Pugh, who we love, and she was playing his love interest in the movie. And you know, there's rumors going around that she had to direct scenes herself because they were off being lovebirds, and there was a whole nother drama, and it was just a lot. And his fans did not like Olivia, and we're going to get into that later, but that was a whole drama. He was also a Mr. Policeman. Okay, so I messed up the name of the movie. It's called My Policeman. So yeah, my bad. Two men who are secretly lovers, and Harry's character like gets married to a woman, I think, and is still secretly dating the man, and everything, and being illegal and gay ensues. And he was also in Eternals, and obviously as a Marvel girl, as you can see, I love that, and I want him to come back as Arrows. I think his character was Arrows. He needs to come back. Marvel, where's Eternals 2 now? He would release his third studio album, Harry's House 2022 on May 20th. As It Was, which was the lead single, came out. Was it the day? Okay, no. It came out the day the album was released, if I'm not incorrect. I don't remember. I watched the As It Was music video when it came out too. As It Was the lead single, which now is his most popular song. So, his most streamed songs are Sign of the Times, Watermelon Sugar, Adore You, and As It Was. Those are like the Harry Styles songs. So we're going back a little bit, and we're going back a little bit to 2015 because that's what I wrote in my script. Leave me alone. So this part is a tangent. So this this is so bad. I'm gonna have to okay, that is the informational part, and this is a tangent part of the video. Yeah, I'm bad at this. Can you tell? I'm not going to say bad. I'm just not like a transitional period. So yeah, this might be spliced up with editing, maybe. So this is a new chapter. We're just gonna talk. I'm just talking about things I want to talk about. So this section is just me talking. So I have some points I want to talk about, and I'm just gonna talk about them, about Harry, because it's like I said, this video isn't like a deep dive. This is just me talking about him as a fan of him. So yeah, back in 2015, Harry grew his hair, and long hair Harry, or LH, long hair, LHH. Oh my god, long hair Harry, damn it! I'm not stupid. Leave me alone. LHH, long hair Harry, was a fandom term that we called him. I don't know if anybody actually like called him that. That'd be funny if it was like long hair Harry Styles. It was. But yeah, it was a fan name given to his long hair era back in 2015. And this is around the time, at least back when I noticed, even though I was like a child back in 2015, I think this is the time I really kind of noticed the conversation about Harry's sexuality and the way he dressed. By the time One Direction was ending in 2015, he was being a lot more flamboyant. He was wearing these heels. I miss his little heel boots that he was wearing. Oh my god, iconic. Skinny jeans and a little flannel shirt. That was a long-haired look. And every time they were on a red carpet, he would wear these suits that were like printed and like design, and one of his famous Gucci suits. So yeah, that's really where the conversation about sexuality started, which is the point. Harry's sexuality has been widely covered and talked about in the media, and throughout the years, obviously. And in a was it in his Vogue interview? It was honestly not even just Vogue. It was in general when he gets asked a sexuality question. He's been very open about why he doesn't get why people care so much. So yeah, in 2015 he started exploring his style, and by around 2018 and 2019 he was wearing more feminine clothing, wearing a lot of bright colors on his tour, just painting his nails, wearing his iconic rings. Like, he was just being a lot more flamboyant. And I think one of my biggest icks and like a point, and this is why this is here as my points, because of the queer baiting allegations. He is a man who likes wearing feminine clothing. I think if we're going to be more inclusive, like a lot of queer people like to lie and say they are, then you're allowed to be a straight man and wear feminine clothing. I do not think you're queer baiting if you're wearing a dress and you like a woman. I also do not believe Harry is a straight man. He has been very open about the fact that he does not want to label his sexuality. Queer is a term for people who just don't want to be labeled but want to make it clear they're a part of the LGBTQ plus AIA community. Period. I know it's AIQ community, but whatever. That's what we say plus. So yeah. And it's like one of my icks. Like, there's so many different things in media love to talk about him, but that's one of my icks. Let that white man wear his little dresses. I think there is a conversation to be said that they let a white man be the first man to wear a dress and cover Vogue on his own. That's not his fault. That is a Vogue problem and a Harry problem. You guys have a real issue with making things that are not Harry problems. We'll talk about that later. Speaking of the media, ever since Harry started One Direction, he's been openly called a womanizer. Yes. Am I going to bring up and show clips of people asking a 6-year-old Harry about his dating life? No, because I don't want to subject people to that. You can look it up on TikTok or the internet. I do not think you need to see that because I find that disgusting. But it was common for interviewers to ask a 16-year-old boy if he was a virgin. You like older women, right? I asked the 16-year-old boy in front of me. Alright. You don't see a problem with that, Sudan. Yes, the media has. Oh my god, my legs hurt by the media. Oh my god, Sorry, I'm like trying to get comfortable. He primarily don't look at my messy bed. Okay, shut up, leave me alone. He primarily dates women publicly, so like photographed by paparazzi and whatever. Even though he has always been respectful of women and is a feminist and believes in women's rights, the media has still portrayed him as this whore, basically the slut, this man, womanizer man who just dates women and does what he wants, and it's like the reason why they portray him like that. Ow, that was my soda. Diet Pepsi girl, but we didn't have Diet Pepsi, so it's Coke. Anyways, even though he has always been kind and respectful to women, they constantly want to portray him as this. And I think one of the many reasons why the queer baiter people think they have leverage on him is because white women eat that up. They love a man who can be feminine and in touch with his feminine side, but also date women. And that's one thing where I'm just like, Harry, you gotta step out with a man. And I don't want to force him to do anything he's comfortable with, but once you finally have a man on your arm and the media sees you with a man, I feel like they could finally all shut up. But Harry doesn't care about that. He has never cared about the media, by the way, and that's another thing I'm gonna talk about. The way he does not care. So yeah. Actually, you know what? Okay, I actually am gonna talk about his presence on social media. So Harry, the last bit that I have is something I can add that later. Harry and the media and the way he responds to them has obviously changed. I mean, he's been famous since he was a 16-year-old boy, and I think it's really interesting to see his involvement. He used to be on Twitter and Instagram a lot more, and after a while, I don't know where, but I think around the time One Direction ended, he just kind of got off. I watched his documentary, which you can watch on Apple Music, about making his debut album, and he talked about how for a while he just detoxed himself off of social media and how he just wanted to change the way he was on social media, and he just didn't think that people needed to know everything about his life and that he was growing up. And I personally agree. I think he's my best case scenario of a famous person where they do not need to share every aspect of their life. He writes music, he's personal, he's deep, obviously, and people obviously speculate who his songs are about, but he doesn't care. He makes his music, he does his job, and he goes. And that's why I'm like, when people have these like tangents about Chapel, I'm like, Harry, look at him. He releases an album, releases a single, does the tour, does the promo, goes to the award shows, if he's not touring, and then he clocks out for a year or two, and then he comes back and repeats the cycle. And I like it. I like it. I want you to take a break. I want you to relax, especially given someone who's been in a band since he was 16. His voice is actually really strained and actually kind of got a little mixed up after all the touring One Direction had to do, and he wants to take a break. Let him take a break. Like, yes, he deserves it. And I think the constant like media scrutiny is weird. Also, we're going back to that Olivia Wilde tangent. So if you don't know, back in 2022, there was some drama. Don't Worry Darling happened. Am I going to go into a whole spiel about Don't Worry Darling and the facts about Don't Worry Darling? No, because I didn't write that in my script. So yeah, Don't Worry Darling was a movie that was released. Do I remember when? No, I don't. And it starred Harry Styles and Florence Pugh as the two leads, and some other people that I don't feel like naming right now because I don't remember. Yeah, but there were the two leads and the director, Olivia Wilde. These are the people who matter. I'm gonna bring up Chris Pine because he was also in the movie because it also matters. We're gonna go over this Don't Worry Darling drama shortly because I can't. Harry and Olivia Wilde started dating around late 2020 to 2021, and Shia LaBeouf, the like abuser guy, dropped out of the movie or was kicked off. And Harry was replaced. Olivia said, you know what, why not use my man? I mean, hey, I can't get better. And she gave Harry the lead role of Jack. And Miss Florence Pugh played Alice. And they were these two couples who lived in this 50s area, and the men go to work, the women did the cooking, and blah blah blah. Alice is realizing, girl, this is a simulation. This is fake. And Harry turns out to be some Andrew Tate podcast bro with long hair. Not the long hair we like, by the way. And they gave him glasses. It was a whole bit, and it was crazy. And she was a nurse, and he trapped her into the simulation, and she killed him in the simulation, which killed him in real life. And the movie ends on a cliffhanger. We don't know if when she wakes up what happened. All we hear is her, and that's it. It cuts off. Yeah. It was trying to be this deep introspective about like the podcast bros and like the simulations and the things, and I actually don't hate what we're going for, because I feel like we're definitely heading down that path. We're heading down that path. I mean, it's only tomorrow that you and me wake up and we realize our boyfriends put us in a freaking simulation. Unless you're like me, you're bisexual and you also like women, so you're like, maybe I might look out. But hey, who knows? Anyways, this movie wasn't good. I didn't watch it, but I did watch reaction videos and breakdown videos about the movie, and people's interaction wasn't good. I haven't seen it for myself. It's not really a movie I would want to be into. I did like Knives Out, so maybe I might watch it and review it, maybe. But the census is Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde dated. I'm like looking at my thing and I'm noticing I'm spending way too much time on this. I'm trying to get this quickly. Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde dated, and a lot of his fans didn't like that they dated because of their drama surrounding the cast. Like I said, Shia LaBeouf dropped out, and it was rumored that, Olivia Wilde didn't want him to. She wanted him in the movie. Florence Pugh actually was like, hey, Liv, I don't want this man abuser in this movie. I mean, the news had came out that he was abusive, and she said, I don't want to work with him. And Olivia Wilde was like, Miss Flo, can we work it out, please? Hello. Rumored. Shia LaBeouf shared a video of Olivia Wilde calling Florence Pugh Miss Flo and kind of giving her this attitude of like, I'm the director, she's the actor, and I don't care who she doesn't want to work with, even if he's an abuser. All that happens, and the news comes out that Florence Pugh might have had to film scenes because Olivia Wilde and Harry were making out in the corner. Hello. And all this drama. Now, in my personal opinion, I do think this was a really interesting tactic because Olivia Wilde's reputation has been ruined. This was her second directorial debut, and it was fucked. I mean, the drama, nobody cared about the movie. It was only drama. As a Harry Styles fan, we was fighting for our lives. But back to the point. Harry fans doesn't like Olivia. Do I think it's misogyny? Yes. I think it's really misogynistic. I think first because this is the first older woman that he's openly and publicly embraced. He made a movie with her. They were open. And this is another thing that kind of goes along with Harry's womanizer traits. He dates older women. He did date Taylor Swift when he was 18 and she was 22. I can't deny that. I cannot deny that. So he does indulge in older women. There's nothing wrong with him liking older women. Shut up. Nobody cares. But yes, at the time Harry was like 26, 27, and Olivia was like maybe in her 40s. That's not. Anyways, guys, you know how what they say in Hollywood? It's only abuse and grooming if it's an older guy and a younger girl. Nobody gives a crap if a younger man dates an older woman because it's hot. Yeah. Welcome to the world. Anyways, that's a whole drama. But a lot of fans didn't like Olivia because he felt like she was ruining Harry's reputation. And did Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine? No. He was looking for his glasses and blah, 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 blah. Do you remember that Harry had an album coming out during this time too? A Grammy-winning album, which is another point we're going to talk about. Remember earlier when I brought up the media kind of had a tendency to blame Harry for things that is a problem, but that's not a Harry problem. Case in point, the Grammys. Harry Styles, picture it, it's 2023 and it's the Grammys. Fun fact, you know what also was released in 2022? Beyonce's iconic, breathtaking, incredible Renaissance. Yup, honest. Go stream Renaissance and Cowboy Carter now. Work. Slay. Act 1 of a 3-act project. And it was dance, honey, boots, house, music, slay, queen, just everything. It incorporated queer culture, black queer culture, because Beyonce had a gay uncle, I think. And it was just slay, queen, slay. I say 2 gay uncles because I'm assuming her uncle had a husband. It was just embracing the house. It was everything. It was incredible. As a black bisexual woman, I was cheering. I was clapping. I said, what? Oh my God, girl. You don't understand. I said, we're gonna fuck up tonight. Beyonce. It was critically acclaimed. Everybody loved it. It was number 1 on everybody's list. 2023 Grammys. Beyonce might make history at the Grammys. If she wins just 2 more or 3 more Grammys, I don't remember. She'll become the most awarded Grammy artist in history. Sorry. In history. Do you think she'll finally win Album of the Year? She's never won Album of the Year. Wait, she's never won Album of the Year? Not even for Lemonade. Not even for Lemonade, baby. This might finally get her Album of the Year win. Why did they call Harry Styles for Album of the Year of 2022 at the 2023 Grammys? Oh. Everybody booed. Except for Taylor, she clapped. Taylor Swift was like, wait, guys, hold up. He made me win 1989 as Album of the Year, guys. You gotta give him some credit. And what if I told you that the internet, especially black internet, dragged him? 2022 was a really bad year to be a Harry fan. First, who was it? Was it Vogue? Somebody, it was either Vogue, I think it was Vogue, tried to name him the next King of Pop. Ooh, remember how I said a problem, but that's not a Harry problem, but they make it a Harry problem? People were pissed. I mean, they were mad. And then he's winning Album of the Year against Beyonce. Another white person beats Beyonce. They can't do it anymore. And guess what? He doesn't even shout out Beyonce like Adele did. He didn't even break the Grammy like Adele did. And it was hell. It was hard. And do I blame him in any way? No. I mean, guys, please, like, I mean, everybody and their mama was mad. I mean, and I get it. I mean, I was a black bisexual woman just sitting here like, I love Harry Styles and Beyonce. Do I think Beyonce deserved Album of the Year? Yes. And if you're a Harry fan, you're going to come in my comments talking about some, Harry Styles deserved the Album of the Year award. Shut up. I hate you. I generally don't like you guys, okay? This is why I don't like calling myself a Harry fan half of the time. You people. Because let's be objectively honest. He deserved it over Beyonce. You're lying to yourself. Beyonce deserved Album of the Year. You know what Harry did deserve? Song of the Year. As It Was everywhere in 2022. You cannot escape that song. I don't care what delusion you tell yourself, it was everywhere. Everybody was go home, get headlight speed internet. Everybody was, I don't want to talk about the way that it was, leave America, 2 kids fall in love. I don't want to talk about us doing this first. I don't care. Everybody was doing it. Everybody was doing it. Hey, burn on as it was. Everybody was that. Everybody was doing it. Everybody was doing it. Everybody was, you know, it's not the same as it was, okay? Okay. I'm sorry if I messed up. I'm sorry if I messed up his fast singing part. Like, hello, everybody. I was as it wasn't. Well, I mean, of course I'm a Harry fan, but still. And I don't like. I deleted it. It's gone. But I reacted to the As It Was music video. I deleted that crap. It's completely gone now. I'm not redigging it up out of my archives. But that was the first time I ever reacted to a music video by an artist. I was there. I was As It Was. But was it Harry Styles the Album of the Year? I mean, it might have been your Album of the Year, but it wasn't the objective Album of the Year. It did great. It did incredible in streaming numbers, which I don't really care that much about streaming numbers, but it did great in streaming numbers, and I think As It Was deserved Song of the Year, but it was, Harry Styles wasn't the Album of the Year, but it was a popular album, and it won over Beyonce, and people were mad, and it just kind of culminated in 2022 kind of being not a good year for Black Harry fans specifically. Another transition. Here's a white British male. I know that. He also has primarily dated white women publicly in the media. He did date Taylor Russell too, by the way. But throughout his public dating history, he's primarily only dated white women. And I think it's actually really interesting because his fans are primarily white women and queer people, which is fine. But when you have primarily a lot of white women and teenage girls in a space and a lot of white gay men in a space, it kind of just doesn't make a safe space for black people to like your music. Are there Black Harry fans? Yes. A Black Harry fan is making this. Hello. But we kind of get ignored and pushed aside by his general fandom, which is not his fault. But Harry isn't really a fandom person. He doesn't course correct his audience. He doesn't really care about half the crap they get up to, as long as they're not stupid. People literally were going bat crap insane over the Olivia Wilde drama I just spent so long talking about, and people were literally being so racist and rude to so many people who had general criticism with Harry winning Album of the Year that it really just made people not like his fans, and it turned so many people away from him as an artist. And it breaks my heart because people were more ready to accept him back in his debut and sophomore era. I generally think a lot of people liked Fine Line as an album, but the minute his fans started doing super crap, people turned away from him during the Harry Styles era. And it's just kind of like, guys, you're the problem. People don't hate Harry just to hate Harry. You're the people out there who don't like him for no specific reason. There's 50s out there who don't like him for no specific reason. But you guys know a fandom represents a person, especially a person as quiet as Harry. So you guys make him look bad. You do. And you can be like, what about you? I'm not bat crazy. I'm not insane. Hello. I just respect, and I genuinely do. I've been following him since I was a young girl and since his career has started. And I try not to get very pro-social about him because, girl, he doesn't know me. But he's a human who just doesn't want to be bothered. And it's hard when you're a fan of someone who just doesn't want to hear the noise, but needs to hear his fandom. And I think this is like a general criticism I have of, just in general, of him and his fandom. You guys need to fix yourselves and figure your life out. You guys look really annoying and weird and just ick. Yes, Harry's fans are separate from One Direction fans. He has made a big enough audience, bigger than One Direction. I don't want to talk about that either. That has overgrown. A lot of younger people who are 13 or 14 don't even know he was in a band. Huh? What do you mean you don't know what One Direction is? Go get some culture, kid. And it's one of those things. I mean, his fandom has weird things, and I am a part of his fandom. Like my last point that I had in my script was about him talking slow and how that's an inside joke with his fans, and how in interviews he doesn't really answer questions. He's kind of, yeah, and I just think that, and it's like the slow, funny British guy, and I personally love that he talks like that. I think he sounds very intellectual. You can tell he's putting thought into his words. Anyways, but yeah, like fun inside jokes, and the fact that, you know, the unemployed bit, and just so many different things, and the fucking satellite stuff, and those iconic Adidas. Anyways, and the fact that he promotes his pleasing brand more than he promotes music, we understand that, but they have fun inside jokes, but they're also just, as a fandom, I mean, this video is long, like, it's getting to we're in the 30s mark of this video, which is really long. But another little tangent that I want to talk about is Liam. If you don't know, or One Direction, Liam passed away in October 16th, if I'm not incorrect, or 17th, I think, of 2024. And I cried. I did, I'm gonna be honest. One Direction was a big part of my childhood. Even though I was much more of a believer, I still like One Direction's music. I still was attached to them at the time, and I still am. And I had just really finally got deep enough into the fandom. I was too young to really understand a lot of the fandom tricks. No, I wasn't hacking into a hotel at 4 or 7, you weirdo. And I was listening to Justin Bieber and Baby, and I was singing Story of My Life. I wasn't hacking into a hotel library at 7. I just had to say that for the annoying older One Direction fans who like to yap about things. And I was kind of heartbroken. I cried and I was sad, and this is why I'm giving this sympathetic voice, hello. And I want to talk about this point. This is happening with Louis' fandom too, and I'm not deep enough in his fandom yet. Give me some time, but that's kind of separate. Yes, I love Larry out of this video. I do not. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say on that. That's all. I don't want people being like, I don't care. I don't. That's my doggy. That's my dog. I don't care. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I've noticed Louis' fandom has this problem right now too, but this is separate. Stop asking Harry Styles to drop an album. Liam just passed away a few months ago. 3, to be exact. I know they buried him because white people comically love to have funerals so quick, it's insane. I don't even want to talk about it. But that doesn't matter. He died. He's gone. Do you think Harry's in the studio right now? Do you think he's anywhere near a studio? That pleasing brand that just a freaking collab that just dropped was planned, and he couldn't push it back. It was ovulated. Don't make me mad. Also, no, you're not any better when you're sharing pictures of them at their funeral. Okay, I wanted to make a video about this, but I just really didn't want to dedicate a whole nother video to this Liam topic because I already made one about it. It was quick, it was simple, and I didn't want to break down. I've already posted about it on all my TikTok accounts. I've already posted about it enough. I was very open about the fact that I hated the fact that people were criticizing them. I hated the fact that people were breaking down their freaking posts about it. I hate the fact that they even had to post about Liam dying. It was just everything I hated. It's everything I hate about the internet and fan spaces. And oh my god, I can make a whole other video about that. But stop asking Harry for music. Yes, this whole video was an excuse for me to talk about that. I wanted to do it right. Stop asking him about music. He has always been on a 2 to 3 year schedule. I understand that. But he's going through something. And if you believe he doesn't care about Liam enough after the shit that happened with Liam, excuse my language, I'm sorry, shut up. Yeah, Liam did some crap in his later life right before he passed. That is bad. But we're not focusing on that now. I'm grieving the kid who passed and that I knew from 2011 to 2015, who music I enjoyed, who wrote a lot of the One Direction music. That's who all 4 of them, I can't believe I have to say 4 of them, are grieving right now. The person they knew for 5 years. The first 5 years of their music career. You guys are so selfish. One thing I hate about his fandom. You guys are so self-centered and selfish. Just because Harry was on tour for almost 3 years straight promoting 2 albums does not mean that he has to magically come back in 2025 and give you anything. I made a video earlier in 2024 predicting his 4th album. His 4th album and his lead single for that as a joke. And I am not going to take it down because it was earlier in 2024 before Liam had passed, but no more Where's Harry Styles jokes, no more Harry drop an album, no more please become employed again. He's grieving a loss. Do we understand that? You guys are sick and weird. Again, at this point in Harry's career right now, he's about to turn 31 next month. He has lost former band member Liam Payne in October, like I mentioned, and he did attend Liam's funeral with all other 4 members. And yeah, I don't even remember the last we've seen of him, and I don't want to think about that. I want him to live his life. I want him to be happy. I want him to just do his thing right now. The parasocial in me is coming out. Yeah, this video is about to hit the 40-minute mark, guys. Oh my god, I've been recording for literally almost 40 minutes. Is this video about to be 40 minutes long? Maybe. I don't know. I don't really edit, so I'm not really an editor, but I'm gonna try to chop this up and not to make it 40 minutes long. I mean, it's a video about hairstyles, so you knew it wasn't gonna be short. But yeah, that's just all I want to talk about. This is me. I have some videos in the work that I'm working on. So yeah. I don't know how to end this video. Thank you for watching me ramble about Harry and Mr. Edward, Styles. And yeah, I can make it a follow-up video to this if anything else happens, but I've been recording for 40 minutes, and I've been talking for a lot, and my throat hurts, and I'm ready to be done with this. And it is literally 8:22 over here where I'm at, p.m. So it is time for me to stop recording this video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video about me ranting about hairstyles and talking about just things I've noticed about his career and his fandom and what I've noticed as a fan of him. So yeah, drop your favorite hairstyle song in the comments, favorite moment of his career in the comments, or a favorite quote of him in the comments. And I guess all I have to say is I work in a bakery and I serve. So yeah.